In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Cameron Boozer, who is one of the best high school basketball players in the United States. Obviously, he is the son of an NBA player, so let's get down and let's check out Cameron Boozer. Really quickly, if you like the idea of me writing on this video, you can check out the app called Coach Lens, which is down in the description below. Okay, so in this first clip, he's got one single defender. He's got also other defenders in what looks to be a potential zone. At this time, he sizes up, he does a quick hip swivel to be able to attack this one single defender. Now, this defender is actually doing a pretty good job. Shoulders are kind of low, knees are bent, very nice, well-balanced, wide feet. However, Cameron Boozer also has wide feet, and he's actually pretty balanced himself. Shoulders are over knees, generally speaking, and over the toes. He has a nice balanced base. When he goes to attack, because of that hip swivel that he did earlier, let me rewind. So because of this hip swivel right here, he was able to shift that defender out towards that left side, which created a massive lane for him to be able to drive. Now, a lot of players will make the mistake on taking a wide angle around, but you need to attack straight lines. Straight lines are the most important. So he takes that quick straight line right to his spot. See, one of the things that you are going to notice once you get to the higher levels is every player has his spots, and he needs to be able to figure out where and how he can get to those spots. How he's able to get here is he's able to land on both feet at the exact same time. This gives him the ability to shot fake and step through, or just go straight up into a shot. And that's exactly what we see right here. By setting your feet, landing on 2 feet at once, this is going to give him a massive advantage. He is then able to lift up into a shot, and he's able to make that shot as well. Now, the reason why I would say that this is not a contested shot is because there's so much of a gap between himself and his defender's arms are down. So he knows, he's taken enough shots to know how much time it's going to take to be able to get this shot off for the distance that he had, and he's able to get this shot off. He's able to rise up and make it. Okay, so here he's receiving an inbounds pass off of the baseline inbounds. Once he gets that ball, he's able to attack Cooper Flagg really hard. Notice how he goes in straight lines. I cannot stress this enough. Being able to attack in straight lines is going to change your world. Also, using the off arm. Notice how Cooper Flagg is trying to reach in, make a little bit of contact, because if the defensive player makes contact first, the offensive player is at the disadvantage. But there's such a massive gap between these two players that he's able to move that arm out of the way. Now that gives him the lane and angle to the basket, which is exactly what he's able to do. Now he's got the free, wide open lane. Cooper Flagg tries to reach on the opposite side, but that doesn't really necessarily matter. And then Cameron Boozer was able to finish at the rim with a dunk. Now, this is just a big boy move right here. He attacks to this right side. He crosses over because there's this gap here, plus the top foot of his defender. If he was to continue towards that baseline, he would have been cut off. It would have been extremely hard for him to spin back off because this guy probably would have dropped down. He's able to see that. Most players are going to be able to see that at this level anyways. So he's going to try and cut back because he wants to attack that top foot. Generally speaking, you always want to attack that top foot, and there is a little bit of a gap right here. Now, he does almost get that ball stripped. He takes this one more dribble right here, but watch how low he's able to pick up this ball. Now, this is a mistake that a lot of players make, and especially younger players. I wouldn't say players at Cameron's age. However, watch how he's able to control that ball that whole way down. He's really only letting go of that ball this small distance. That's what's going to save him from getting the ball stolen. Now, if he was to dribble that ball a lot higher, I would say younger players or lesser experienced players would release the ball somewhere in this range and allow the ball to travel this whole distance. However, by getting low, we are going to be looking at only having the ball out of our hands this small distance, which means that he's able to get that ball past. He's able to do a nice gather, keeping it close to his body. Now, usually speaking, you would want to keep this ball off of your hip. However, if you're gathering with one hand and having it contested by two defenders, you're really only going to be able to gather it at your waist, and you need to keep it tight to your body so that you can beast through those two defenders, because at this point, his off arm is being taken up by his main defender right here, which means that he needs to be able to get by just as he did right there. And this is actually a move that you can do as well. And then he's able to finish at the rim. Now, his teammate, actually, we'll rewind this just a bit further. His teammate drives down the middle of the key. He's able to collapse at least some of the defense, and we can see that he's actually gathered gathered the attention of multiple players. Anytime that happens, one of the best things you can do if you are a corner player is cutting baseline, because now you are going to be what I call the dunker spot. This is going to allow you to be able to see the court differently, but also you'll be playing from behind the defense. All the defense lifts up to try and contest that middle drive, because nobody wants that ball going down middle unless you're running a pack line defense, in which case you've got Cameron Boozer who is cutting off ball along the baseline, and now you're going to be able to finish at the rim, which he is able to dunk that through. Now there's other times where you need to be aggressive, and being aggressive in basketball is going to allow you to do a lot, because most coaches will see that if you are being aggressive, you are attacking your man straight on, they can't really say too much. Now if you gather multiple defenders, now a lot of coaches will say something, but when you have the skills, stature, experience, and profile as Cameron Boozer does, as long as you're aggressive, no coach is going to complain. So what he does in this clip is when he looks to attack, watch what he does. He set up his attack. He's keeping that ball nice and low. He's going to keep his shoulders low as well once he gets to his defender. But watch, look at the distance that he has. He is going to be going full speed at this defender. When he does that, he does a quick hop that gets his man onto his heels. That quick hesitation is very key. Now, he tries to attack that man straight on, but he's able to use his chest and his hands and body to be able to keep Cameron Boozer at a distance. Now, at this time, he's created a top foot, which is now dropping, but Cameron Boozer is spinning off that side. And now, after he spins off that side, watch what he does. He's got both hands on that ball, and he rises up. He's able to finish because he's able to reach out. He gets that foul call just because he was being aggressive. Being aggressive, as we see right here, is going to allow you to be able to score much easier. If you're not being aggressive, this basket would have never happened, and that foul call would have never happened either. So the more aggressive you play, the more aggressive you attack your defender if you have an angle or if you just have a size advantage, is going to be beneficial to you to be able to score. I hope that this video has helped you. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below if you are looking to be able to shoot the ball from further away.